Andy Alexiuk started his association with baseball down in southern Manitoba around Sundown and Vassar. Is that where you first saw the light of day?
That's right, yes. That was my, I was raised at Sundown, but I was, in those days, I went out permit teaching. They were very short of teachers. This was post-war. And so I went to a little one-room school at Vassar, and then in the spring, the boys from Vassar asked me to come out because they had played against Sundown. So that was the beginning.
That was a level of baseball, what, about the intermediate level?
Intermediate, yes. We call it an intermediate.
Sure.
And then, but when I really got into baseball was when I listened to the World Series. That was Cleveland Indians against the Boston Braves. Right. And I think that was 48 or 49.
48.
And I admired the shortstop. He was the playing manager, Lou Boudreau. And my brothers kind of thought that I enjoyed watching Boudreau play, so that was my nickname.
Okay.
Boudreau.
Boudreau.
Right, yeah.
Did you play shortstop?
Yes, I liked playing shortstop, yeah.
From there you moved to Balmoral, I believe?
No, from there I, in the school year, in 1955, I moved to Erickson, Manitoba, just south of Clear Lake. And it was a pleasure for me up there because all I had to do was show up and play. Whereas in some of the other, with some of the other teams that I was with, I always had to throw in a bit of coaching. So, and if I didn't coach, nobody wanted to coach, so there was no baseball. So that's...
Andy, what stands out in your playing days as being a special highlight for you? Winning or whatever? What titles to stand out?
Well, for me, being a country boy, when I played with Vassar, they used to have lights at Warroad, and Vassar used to play Warroad because we were quite competitive as well as they were. And I enjoyed, I remember, I'll never forget that. The fellows told me, he says, when you're playing under lights, you gotta watch that ball all the time. You gotta know where it is. And that was one of the highlights. The other highlight was when I went as a winning coach and I took the St. Boniface Native Sons to Nanaimo, British Columbia, and we enjoyed an excellent 4 or 5 days of baseball. One little mental error was about all I can remember, and everything else was great. And
that was the Western Canada Senior.
That was senior, but it was B, not A.
B category,
yeah. Yeah, B category.
Yeah.
But we were playing. The boys played good baseball. The fellow that you just interviewed, Bob Kinley, he was on the team, and I remember I played Bob at first base. He was good. They were just an excellent team, and we did all right.
Very satisfying your days in baseball?
Very much so. Very much so. I enjoyed baseball, every bit of it. I came from a family. We were a hard-working, I guess, farming family, and my dad never really took much interest in his sons playing ball. So what ended up, my younger brother, Phil, he and I, we'd work like crazy, get our chores done, and then the boys would come, the fellows that had vehicles, they'd pick us up and we'd go and play tournament ball or exhibition ball, and it was pretty well always into the state of Minnesota. We played Warroad, we played Middle River. Roseau in those days just didn't really go that much for baseball. They were more into hockey, and you'll remember the Broughton brothers, the three of them. They all raised in Roseville, Minnesota.
Andy, are you still a baseball fan? Do you still get a kick out of watching the game?
Oh, do I ever! This summer when the Jays start playing such good baseball, I hardly ever missed an inning. I still enjoy it. And come springtime, when my grandsons, I have two of them. At least one's quite a good hockey player, but he says, "Grandpa, next spring I want to play baseball." And so I still go out. I did go out even this last May and June, because June comes, the end of June, that's it pretty well, unless you're in the playoffs. But I enjoyed it so much, and I still do. When I get out there in that diamond, it's just like 60 years ago. Yeah.
Andy, how does it feel to be a member of the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame? Is that a special feeling for you?
Yes, it was. Yes, it is. I recall one remiss I had there when I was giving the acceptance talk. I didn't mention anything about the millennium, but I felt very special because I was one of we had a high number of inductees that year, but it was year 2000 millennium, so that was great.
That made it special.
Oh yes, that was one of the things, and the people that you get inducted with, and if you know their history, you just feel great about it, and that's all. So.
Obviously, a very proud member of the Manitoba Baseball Hall of Fame, Andy Alexiuk.